take these points into account and address it while she addresses it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Srimati Aparajita Sarangi ji.
I thank you, sir, for this opportunity. At the outset, I heartily congratulate Honorable Prime Minister Modi, Honorable Minister, Commerce and Industry Ministry, and his entire team for two outstanding achievements. Number one, the Ministry of Commerce and Industry had set a target of achieving $400 billion worth of exports this year, in the year 21-22. And today is the day when they have achieved it. This is all-time high, and I think we all deserve applause. The highest ever was $330 billion worth exports in a year, and we have achieved $400 billion. And, sir, today in the morning, Honorable Prime Minister Modi has tweeted, he has congratulated everybody associated with this outstanding feat, number one, and he has also said that this is definitely a major breakthrough in Atmanirbhar Bharat journey. Now, number two outstanding achievement of this ministry relates to the FTA. We are all aware what FTA is all about. This is free trade agreement. The Ministry of Commerce and Industry and the entire team needs to be complimented for signing the free trade agreement with UAE in record time. And I want to let the House know that this ministry is currently into negotiation with various countries, various developed economies, and they are very much serious about it for signing the FTAs with developed economies like UK, Canada, Australia, and maybe US in the near future. So, sir, this particular ministry is all serious, and we definitely need to acknowledge whatever is good, whatever is being achieved needs to be applauded. Sir, while I was listening to the discussions and while we were going through the demand for grants of the Commerce and Industry Ministry that has been tabled, naturally there would be a general impression that this particular budget provision has been made for rich exporters. I think one of our friends also mentioned something like that, rich exporters. But I say in this House, I want to allay all apprehensions. I say with all conviction at my command that the exports from India are closely linked with employment and job creation. I underscore, all exports of the country are closely linked with employment and job creation. Sir, please allow me to refer to two studies that have been made by the Government of India which supports my claim. Number one, in 2012-13, I don't go by which government when. In 2012-13, Exim Bank had conducted a study by which $1 million worth of exports generates 138 jobs in the country. And number two study was conducted by this government, by the government of Honorable Prime Minister Modi in 2018-19 by UNCTAD. And this study suggests that $1 million exports leads to 238 jobs in the country. So I think, sir, we are into it, and we are into employment and job creation, and that is the priority of Prime Minister Modi's government. Sir, if grapes from Nasik, if Vanamai prawns from West Bengal, Odisha, my state, and West Bengal, if beautiful handicrafts from Varanasi, if ginger and turmeric from Northeast can find their way into the global market, I think two things are implied, and we must take cognizance of these two things. Number one, our producers, our farmers are getting better price, which the government is ensuring. And number two, very important, the products that are being sold in the global market that are produced by our farmers, our people, definitely are qualitatively superior, and that's why they have been accepted in the global market. And let me tell you emphatically that our government, Prime Minister Modi's government, has been trying to create a very conducive environment in the country so that all people, all those who are associated with production, the entire chain should be given a facilitating environment. So I think we all need to acknowledge this. So our Honourable Prime Minister's vision is zero defects, zero effect. And of course, we have been talking about local goes global. Sir, one of my friends on the other side talked about 6,700 some odd crore, the ministry's budget. I think I would like to mention here that the figures have to be right when we come to this August House. So this year, the Ministry of Commerce and Industry has been allocated a total of rupees 14,421 crore. I talk of two departments within the ministry. It's an umbrella. The ministry is an umbrella with two departments. In the BE for 22-23, I repeat, rupees 14,421 crore, of which 12,721 crore is revenue budget and rupees 1,700 crore is capital budget. Sir, I would like to say with all emphasis that this allocation is 12.94% more than the BE for 21-22, and I request the House to compare BE with BE and RE with RE. Never compare BE with RE of the last year. So, sir, we are 12.94% more than the BE of 21-22. Sir, as regards the various schemes, I would like to touch upon very few schemes. I am reminded of the words of H.W. Longfellow, the poet, a psalm of life. Art is long and time is fleeting. Everybody has to speak. I would not like to take much time. But yes, certain schemes need mention. And that's why, please give me some time. Number one is Startup India initiative. Extremely good. And the entire idea, when it was launched in 2016, was to create, to build a strong ecosystem for nurturing entrepreneurship and innovation. And, sir, here I would like to quote Honourable Prime Minister because his vision has been guiding the entire initiative. Sir, he had said, today India is rapidly moving towards hitting the century of the unicorns. We want 100 unicorns in the country, as he had said. The golden era of India's startup is starting now. Startups are going to be the backbone of new India. Sir, last year we had 42 unicorns. We are aware of the fact that we have more than 700, around 749 districts in the country. Sir, in 625 districts, we have one startup, at least one startup. This is a commendable achievement of the government, and these startups are working with 55 separate industries, and the number of startups, sir, has increased from 500, about 5 years back, to 60,000 today. So we have more than 60,000 startups today. This was just 5 years back, 500. So I think this is a commendable achievement and it deserves applause. So the ministry has very recently launched the Startup India Seed Fund Scheme. And I'm very delighted to inform the House that by the end of this financial year, 31/3/2022, rupees 250.75 crore out of this scheme, under this scheme, would be given to about 63 incubators. This is not a mean achievement, sir. We are with the people of the country. Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, or Sabka Prayas. Sir, I support rupees 50 crore allocation to Startup India budget for BE this year and 125% increase in Startup India Seed Fund Scheme. I'd like to mention here some figures. From rupees 126 crore in BE 21-22, we are proposing 283.50 crore in BE 22-23 under Startup India Seed Fund Scheme, sir. This has to be acknowledged and appreciated. So the Global Innovation Index, this is something that the Indian government doesn't do. It's the Global Innovation Index, and where do we stand there? Because of all the emphasis on entrepreneurship, on creating a conducive environment for promotion of exports, sir, we are at 43rd rank today, and at one point of time we were 81st rank. So I think we have improved here too. Sir, as I told you, we are people-oriented. We want our people to have the right kind of facilitating environment. The ministry has done phenomenal work in terms of increasing exports. I will mention it again and again. Sir, I applaud the ministry for launching a dedicated contract care services and help desk to resolve exporters' issues, mitigate their grievances and receive suggestions. So I think we all need to commend this. Budgetary support has been more than adequate for export promotion. I would like to mention here once again, budgetary support this year, 22-23, has been more than adequate for export promotion. I think we are all concerned with exports of our goods. This is very important. And, sir, I would like to mention here that the revised estimate of 21-22 has been about 50% more than the BE for 21-22. This indicates the intention of the government. The RE was 50% more.
Comparison with BE and RE is coming in your speech also.
I understand, sir. I understand. I'm talking of RE. I'm talking of RE. So, sir, RE, what I'm trying to mention here is that from BE we move to RE. Now, if the intention of the government is positive, naturally the RE will be more than the BE.
No, what I'm suggesting is always BE, RE will be compared.
I agree. No, sir, let me mention here, when we are talking of BE of 22-23, we will definitely be comparing it with the BE of 21-22 when we say whether the government's intention is positive or negative. But, sir, if we move, the graph moves, the line goes up from BE to RE, I think this is absolutely fantastic. So I think we need to understand and appreciate in that regard.
No, this is comparison of BE, RE is quite common in the budgetary process. It's okay. I'm not talking about UPA or NDA. Generally, in the budget discussion, BE, RE comparison is always there. It is quite common. Just I'm making a comment, that's all.
Sir, Apida, I think one of our friends, Mr. Bandyopadhyay had very good words about Apida. I was very happy to hear that. The Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority. I would just mention here, sir, all these initiatives of the Prime Minister and his entire team actually show the intention of the government, the message that the government wants to convey to the people of the country. Sir, Apida has created 5 pack houses for fresh fruits and vegetables in Assam, Sikkim and Mizoram. So many works they have done. Since Mr. Bandyopadhyay mentioned Apida, I just thought I should mention one of the major initiatives of Apida. Sir, one major scheme which is very attractive, and I'm sure all my esteemed colleagues this way or that way, this side or that side, would appreciate, is the district as export hub scheme. Sir, I'm delighted to inform you that products with export potential have been identified in 739 districts. And, sir, it's not a mean job. I was part of the bureaucracy, and I know how it is done. It's extremely difficult for the district collector to get in touch with all the stakeholders within the district and finalize which product to be considered worth export. So, sir, it's quite a good exercise, and I must compliment the Ministry of Commerce and Industry for having engaged with the central state government agencies and the district collectors. So they have gone down to the district collectors level. 739 districts are, again, in line with Prime Minister's vision, local goes global. Sir, so I want to emphasize that there is a roadmap, there is a strategy, there is a plan of action of Prime Minister Modi and his team. I'll not take much of your time,
now,
but I would definitely like to talk about the production-linked incentive scheme to promote telecom and networking products manufacturing in India. It has been allocated 528 crore, and PLI for large-scale electronics and IT hardware has been allocated 5,300 crore. I would not be doing my duty sufficiently adequately if I don't mention the government e-marketplace. Wonderful initiative. Already, sir, it has facilitated over 89 lakh transactions as on February 8, 2022, sir. And by the end of this year, there would be sir, procurement through GEM is likely to be more than 1 lakh crore. Sir, GEM has proven to be a vital step for strengthening the ecosystem for trade and commerce in the country.
Now I think
I wanted to be as as concise and brief. I wanted to talk and talk, but sir, there are so many achievements to the credit of this government that I don't think I would be given sufficient time to dwell on those, but I would conclude with 2 lines. Please allow me, sir. This explains the objective, the vision of Prime Minister Modi and the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good is better and your better best. Sir, we are moving from good to better and better to best. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, those who wish to place the written speeches on the table of the House, the Honorable Speaker has allowed to lay the speeches on the table of the House. That will be the part of the proceedings of the debate. Next, Sri A.M. Arif.
Your suggestion is already welcome, always welcome, but not to go